So after looking back at the game and giving some time to really reflect, I feel mixed. I think there's kind of two ways I'm going to structure this. I'm going to look at this from the perspective of how we played last season in comparison to this result now, and how there's a massive improvement as Chelsea from the season before. However, as a standalone game, I'm disappointed we didn't manage to win. However, I'm also proud of our resiliency. So I guess that's how I'm going to start off. First, let me big up some of the few people who I really want to talk about in terms of great performances. Sanchez, how much do the fan base criticize you? You were not my first choice keeper. I personally didn't want you at the club. But this season, more times than not, he has been very important for us. And that's now Bournemouth and this game where he has saved us. I personally think Palace, he should have done better with the Eze shot. I think he should have done better with the Kovacic shot. But at the end of the day, we have to call it how it is. Today he saved us when it mattered most, and right at the end. And if it wasn't for him, we potentially could have gone with 0 points. Colwell, you're everything everybody hyped you up, and you still have ways to grow. You have been phenomenal, and I'm so sorry that we had to lose today, because you had a masterclass performance, whether it's your line breaking passes, whether it's your interception at the end of the first half, which was integral, even your positioning, your overall defending, everything about it was a top performance. Cucurella, you're Mr. Consistent nowadays. You're consistently putting in top performances, being one of our key players. And if it wasn't for some stupid referee, I'm going to call it how it is. The referees in this league is terrible. There's no reason this game should have had 6+ yellows again. But they always have main character syndrome. They always want to make sure that they're the topic of conversation. And every game with Chelsea are now complaining about stupid decisions which are getting these players booked for no real reason, man. It's mad annoying. But Mr. Consistent. Madueke, you are someone who I said should have been dropped based on your performances in the last couple games. And like Jackson did when he got the nod when I thought Nkuku should have started, you backed your chat and you are our best attacker. Some of the Noni criticisms go beyond him just as a footballer. Do I think sometimes he should pass when he make better decisions? Yes. Do I also think he's a very direct winger and one of our most exciting players? Yes. But does that mean he's jealous of Palmer? Does that mean we have to attack his character? Should we do the corny Mandem FC thing that people trying to make him out a thug when he was a private school kid who just came in and is a little bit more expressive? I don't want to rate all of that. That shit is corny, bro. I'll be so real, so corny. So at the end of the day, he backed his chat and had a phenomenal performance. Maybe not so phenomenal, but he had a great performance. And I think he was our most exciting winger. Mudryk. Listen, I'm a big Mudryk defender. You probably don't know this, but I've always had belief in Mudryk. I think now you're seeing the man management with Maresca, and he's improving game after game, Mudryk. He put a lovely ball, and in Nkuku, you're someone who I pride in your finishing ability. So to see you miss that was so disappointing, man, because I back you 9 times out of 10 when we need a chance for you to score. I feel Palmer, you know what it is here? For Palmer standards, I don't think he was good, but he still had a good game. That's weird, isn't it? It just shows the levels that he's set now. Like, for me, this wasn't a great Palmer performance, but he was still pretty integral. And that flick he did on his right, and then to go past the defender looking Bergkamp-esque, and I thought he was going to bag. I promise you, if that was his left, he was bagging. It's just unfortunate because those are the moments where I'm like, yo, Palmer is the guy to go and take us over and snap on those last-minute chances to make sure to, score. I think Fofana was not too bad. I think Gusto defensively was good. Offensively, I think he was poor. Caicedo wasn't too good, I'll be so honest. I expected more. I think Sancho was good in bits in the first half. Enzo, that was a poor performance. That second half was one of the worst performances I've seen from you, and I think you have to do much better. I'm not going to do the hate gimmick people are doing, but I expect more from you. There's no excuses this season. You're positioned a lot better. You have to be doing better. Your duels were somewhat better overall, but bro, come on, man. This is supposed to be where you thrive against low blocks, to be able to unlock the defense. And I only really remember at the top of my head one cross which you gave to Madueke for the header. Aside from that, you're pretty lackluster, man. And it was a very poor performance. When you have people like Latvia, you have people like Santos balling out on loan. You have another profile like Leslie Ichuku, who I think is a very good cold player. Your place isn't going to be safe just because of the money. And I hope that is the narrative that Maresca is going with. So that's kind of how the players, but listen, let me big up Forrest. They came in with their deep block. They shithoused a lot of stuff in terms of fouls, wasting time, which unfortunately the ref doesn't do a good job. They took their set piece, which is why in my TikTok, I didn't post here, I wanted potentially Viega to start because he could help us with that defensive transition as well as specifically with set pieces. But Cucurella dropped a masterclass for the most part that yo, he backed his strat as well. Like, I have no problems with Kukurea starting. It's just more so of like a profiling. And the same how I feel with Nkuku and Jackson. I think for low blocks, if you're not going to bring in Nkuku early, he should be starting. And this isn't a knock to Jackson. I'm not going to do that. I think he was non-existent today. He did lack service. But even his decision making and positioning in the box wasn't good enough, because there's a lot of times where I see Sancho drive and he's looking for someone in the box, but it's stagnant. There's not enough movement. There's not enough people for him to link with. There's not enough for him to, drive and put people in that right position. And that's some of the things I have an issue with Jackson, specifically against low blocks. In a game against Liverpool, we need him. He will cook on the transition, be able to link up the play, be able to hold up the play. I think his hold up play wasn't the best today. But games against a low block, in Nkuku, I know he missed his chance today, but that is where he shines. He has the striker instincts. And I know people want him to play as that second striker, but respectfully, he's not starting over Palmer, so there is no way I see him fit the team unless he wants to change the shape and run like a diamond type formation, which currently I don't think he's going to do. I think he did that one time against Inter. So I don't know. We have to figure out something. However, let's talk about the game in isolation. Yeah, there were good moments that we created enough chances, which shown as a basis from last season where we severely struggled against low blocks. We have improved significantly. The 3 games we faced against a low block, Bournemouth, we got lucky and Nkuku came in and won the game. And Sanchez made a big penalty save that if they had got in, we potentially look at a different game. Palace, we battered them. Respectfully in the first half, total performance. Second half, we were quite lackluster. I think the in-game management was poor. And Eze, who has been doing crap against every other team, wanted to bag against us. Obviously, he had to score against us, obviously. And then this game, we created enough to win the game. And Forrest are a very great defensive team. They set up nicely. Even though we did create chances, for the most part, if we can say over the whole 120 minute, I don't know how we got to so much extra time. We didn't have too many clear-cut chances, just a lot of final third play, which I think we kind of lacked overall. However, the chances that we had in Nkuku, you're my dog, man, but you have to score those. João Felix, listen, I'm not going to do no hate agenda. I didn't personally want João Felix at the club. However, I think he's talented. I think we should have got that money on a Samu or a Duran. I know people aren't big fans of Samu. I don't really care what you're a big fan. I just think for the profile wise, it was a waste, because we have someone like a Carney Mecca who can play similar zones, can play on that role, and is cold. You have to get that on target, man. You have to. Free header, beautifully created from Neto, and you miss. When you play against a low block and you miss chances like that, you don't deserve to win. I'm going to keep it a stack. You don't deserve to win, because against a low block, you're not going to have that many clear-cut opportunities. So you have to take them. So then the other team can come out of their shape, and then they'll give you opportunities to kill the game. That's what I've said. The first game in this goal was integral. And the fact that we responded so well is a big reason why I'm still proud of the performance from that, because of so many times last season, the minute we go goal down, game over. It's over. There is no fight back. Heads will drop. We lack ideas. We don't know what to do. There seems to be clear patterns of play, being able to do so and to break down low blocks that have seen a significant improvement. So in that realm, big up. And I think as an overall, this is a result that is going to carry us in the future, and we are on the right track. It's just very frustrating in the moment to lose points when, we want to stay as close to the top of the pack as possible. It's just the facts. If we're there, keep us there. I'm not saying something delusional, we're going to win a title charge. We have to wait till like a February, March and see what's happening. I don't expect us. For me, in terms of challenging for the title, it has always been 2025. Whether you agree with me, whether you think I'm delusional or not, that has always been my mindset. So this season is about getting to top 4, make sure you win at least a domestic trophy in the Conference League, and then we build from there.